Yes, Mahila. Um, Mr. T's title. Um, what I see with that is that you have to include the I. Now, we have progressed in the intel on our channels, and Grox from the start would drop letters. And whether or not that's a sign of such advancement in the language coding, I don't do that. I might one day, but right now I don't drop the letters. Um, Unless it's just something that sounds like what it is, or that you would sound out because it's so many letters. So there's that. I'm just not there in the rabbit hole of the information, because we have progressed of how we read the information, and the women have as well. Now, I think that it means that after the gentlemen come out with a film, then, King and the It cut off. I don't think it means the videos or the movie or whatever is going to be Ent from then on. I think it'll be a return to some Arnold stuff. But it won't be slow though. And Jack Harlow, there is the discovery. The discovery is the Revelation 8. And people that come from that keep their form. And they have like worms inside them. Little stuff that Grok speaks of, like little symbiotes, go into them, and then they're like controlled. Now, some of these people in Hollywood, like, Doja Cat, maybe she has the worm of, Melinda and Christina. Like, maybe she has that worm, and that's who she represents. Now, for Jack Harlow, they basically gave him a worm that's like um dominance over the women based, and fake rapture. Like it's like, give all your women to who you think is safe, but you know nothing happens except a big breakfast. Now, I'm not insulting. Like, that's what the coding was during the time that I made those videos against that. And that's what he represents, that Jack Harlow. Now, I'm not saying he didn't go through it. He might have, because he still kept his form and he is a big star now. People from Kentucky know him, and it's like an American Idol that is like a superstar. So it's a lot of pressure. That's a big worm. That's like, they're not going to leave you stranded. And they don't in the armed forces either. They guillotine and stuff. Like, they do stuff to cover. They have to cover themselves for the secrets and everything. Like, and the differences in the ages, like from Vietnam to now for, in Gulf War transitional period. So there's that. Um, Now, you know, is the Riley out there? And she's been waiting this whole time for her king and no one showed up. That's not my fault. Um, you don't need to focus on the women right now. You need to focus getting through the deal because it's not going to be easy. And if you step out, then there won't be a real rapture. Like, this is some real stuff going on that, like, the fate of the universe depends on. And, like, I'm not putting pressure on you. I'm just saying, like, that's the reality. And Fritz Springmeier confirmed that because he said the 1,000 is the most important. So it's not like, okay, let's focus on the women and basically ban all information from our videos and, talk about how bad Brock is and, Granby will send a text at the wrong time and, my mom is like completely sick and, in a horrible mood all the time. Her voice, if you want to call out some annoying voice stuff, the way that she talks to me is not very nice. And it's not really a good voice. It's not a Sawzall blade healed. I know that. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the Assyrian scab that doesn't heal. It's not something that, like, there's a reason for. It's, the Riley represents my mom right now and has been this whole time, and it's been hell. It's been a living hell. And I want you to acknowledge it instead of pointing the finger at me, and that's not how I wanted today to go whenever we've done all this. Ben V just saved it, the whole thing. Ben V did. Ben V did. Like, and like, just because David wants to point the finger, like, do y'all need to be against me now? Like, I'm not saying Riley doesn't exist. I'm saying it's not my fault what happened to her or what happened to Grox and his teeth. That's not my fault. And you guys can blame me, but, like, that's not going to get you to the rapture, man. That's not going to get you to the rapture. Do you realize you have to let go of everything, man? Or else you will not make it. Like, and if you guys are in the degrees now, this degrees has been crazy. Like, it's time shifting and everything. Are you going to be able to get through that the whole time without cracking? Like, man, like, you gotta keep your mind right. You have to, or you will not make it. Like, you'll end up one of these. You'll have a crazy role on TV, and there won't be a rapture. Like, like, they'll just keep going. They'll start someone new. They'll start someone new from birth. Who they'll get Kim Kardashian to have sex with some, Croatian royal, and then that'll be the new person. Like, they don't care, man. They don't, like, they'll keep it going. Like, you should know from the last 2 weeks, the way you read the A is that anyone can be the A. The A is who's on the field. It's not just Brock Bedingfield. The A is who's on the field. Sports in the top 10, that's RG, man. Like, look what happened to him. It's Chicago, like, laughing about, not being able to get into the film, being a laughing stock. Is that who you are? Is that who you are, man? Because if that's who you are, then get off my channel. Get off my channel.